Fan questions?
Yes.
Let's see. At Brooke Alyn 7. Who are your role models in life and why?
Oh, who's my role model in life? I don't know if I have like a specific person, I would say. I think like I have character, like I don't even know. You go first. Let me think.
I don't have anything either.
It's kind of a hard question.
Hey,
I try to be like great people, and for those, I guess great people in my mind would be giving people. I don't have a specific person of every single thing that they are is who I want to model my life as, but I think people that are honest, someone who cares for others, I really value that in the kind of person that I want to be, a good mom, a present mom, um someone who values family and loves the people that are in their life and shows them that. Doesn't just say I like you. You got to show it and do acts by acts. So I think those are like values that I think if I had a specific role model in my head right now that I would say.
wow. I mean, I've had plenty of role models all throughout my life. It'd be hard to kind of just go down and just single a bunch of people out right now. So,
Right.
but you don't get to where you're at by yourself. You watch and learn and
Yeah.
take little things from people that you admire and add them to your own life.
That's exactly it.
So that doesn't answer anything, but
Sorry.
thank you for the
We
question.
danced around that one.
At Sam Westerman for Fred, weirdest question you were asked at the NFL Combine. The NFL Combine, boy, was that a nightmare.
Nightmare.
Yeah. Just that whole draft process is just...
Yeah, you said that before.
I mean, for some guys, I'm sure it's great. For me...
Yeah, for the guys that are like,
I mean, now that I think about it, I don't think it's good for anybody.
Really?
Because even the guys that are
like
shoo-ins,
yeah.
It's still a lot of pressure.
Yeah, because you never know what you're
because
actually going to be.
there's lots of millions on the line in that top tier of picks.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, yeah, I mean, it was just like, man. When I think about how far I've come since then, what I had to go through, guys just, I mean, obviously there's always going to be doubters and all that other stuff, but people just really were just trying to kick you when you're down.
Why? In the draft? The other players?
No, I'm talking about coach, scouts and coaches. They're just basically trying to tell you everything that you cannot do.
Why?
I don't
It's such
know.
a weird. Why would they do that?
Exactly.
It's very strange.
The questions that you have to answer of all right, what do you feel like your strengths and weaknesses are, and having to sit there and try to
say it without
lessening
yourself.
Yeah, you're trying to say it by obviously you want to say more strengths than weaknesses.
Say none. I have none.
No, what?
No weaknesses.
Oh, so you're perfect already the way you are. You're not going to get any better.
Nobody's perfect, but I'm almost there. With a little bit of help from the other NFL guys, I can become perfect.
Wow.
So I would say.
But then, all right. So if you're not perfect yet, then what is those little things that you think you could work on?
Just age. I got to get older and learn.
Whoa,
but where I'm at right now,
I'm too young.
But where I'm at right now,
I'm too young right
I'm
now.
great. Where I'm at right now. How old were you when you were in the NFL draft?
21.
At 21 years old, I'm right where I need to be. And I have so much room to grow because I'm so young, and I'm going to grow. All these men teaching me all this stuff, and all these coaches you pay millions of dollars to. That's what I would say.
Okay, so obviously you have to give them an answer.
That would be my answer. What would you think they would say?
You have to give them a real answer of what your actual weakness is of your game.
I could see a kid in there saying nothing. They're so confident at that age.
Well, I guess I wasn't in that group. I wasn't in that batch. But then I also didn't want to
boast or
no. I also didn't want to say, yeah. Basically, you don't want to down yourself.
Absolutely, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Looking back, you just gotta be yourself. Sometimes you get caught up in trying to say things trying to say things right. You're trying to say the right thing.
Yes.
The entire time.
I can relate with that. job interviews that I've been on.
Yeah.
And they ask you the same questions. What are your weaknesses? What can you bring to this team? What can you learn? I'm just like, oh my God.
And at the end of the day,
What
like
do you
they're
want me to
sitting
say?
there
I'm
asking these
crap?
kids.
You want me to say
they're
I'm
sitting-
crap?
Literally.
What do you want me to say?
Literally.
What do you want me to say?
Literally. That's how I felt. And the whole time I'm like I could sit here and tell you whatever you want to hear, but like at the end of the day,
That's
like
what you have to do. You just have to play the game.
at the end of the day, who cares what I got to say? Like anybody could sit here and tell you to your face what you want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
But what are you gonna do? Like that's why I feel it's more valuable to ask questions about the people around the individual, like the coaches, the strength and conditioning coach,
Yeah.
people in their lives, like hey or like their teammates. Hey, how was Fred when he was BYU? Like how did he operate? Like what kind of guy was he? What was he doing? Because they could sit there, they gonna run the tape of what is supposed of what
you can improve on and what you
exactly.
Yeah.
What was little Freddie like over there, BYU?
Mm-hmm.
Ask them. Don't ask me. Because I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna tell you whatever you want to hear. But as for the question of the weirdest question, I don't think I can remember that far back to think of something that specific. I'm sure they did ask me something weird though. That old combine. That's like the thing you dream of, and then you get there and you're like, this is horrible. That's what the combine is.
Pressure, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, now it's like I feel like there's no pressure now because like kids are so used to like making millions of dollars in college.
It's very different now, obviously.
But like so now they're like going to the combine thinking like, whatever, like, hey, I got my Hellcat.
I hate that.
I got the Hellcat over at the crib right now. The Rolls Royce.
Literally.
Okay, at Maddie Correa 5010 for Sydney, I used to love to hear your predictions for Fred's upcoming games. What are your predictions for this week's game? Yeah, take your time. We want to hear this one.
Oh gosh, who's our quarterback?
Huh?
Oh, we watched. They were on that show we watched.
Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks.
You watched a good bit of that.
Mm-hmm. I am at a loss. I mean, what my predictions just for you or us as a team?
Just for me, honey.
Okay, that's easier.
Keep it real short,
That's easier.
sweet, simple.
Okay, I predict that you are going to have one pick and you're going to punch the ball out once. And then you might like tip another pick, but then somebody else will catch it. How does that sound?
Oh, you almost had it. You almost had it right, honey.
Oh, okay, what was I supposed to say?
I tip it back to myself for my
Put it back to
for
yourself.
the second
Right,
interception
but you
of
already
the game.
got the first.
Right, but we want
I didn't want to like get too like overzealous.
too overzealous.
Go nuts.
Honey, this is the time to go nuts.
Boy, is it.
What do we have to lose here?
Literally nothing. So fine, you get.
So redo the whole thing.
No.
Go crazy.
No.
Go crazy.
No, I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
2 picks and a forced fumble?
Yes.
How many tackles?
You better get at least 7. Or you're in trouble. 7 or you're in trouble.
Oh. I say double that. 14.
All right.
The tackle numbers have been low the last few weeks only because, listen, the ops just haven't been there.
I know everyone's literally like on you like white on rice.
That's fine. Let them get on me. Because guess what? These shoulders, they built for it. They built for all the pressure. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing this. So it sounds like your prediction for me
I'm
is
not saying it
14
again. I'm
14
not
tackles, 2
saying-
picks, and a forced fumble?
Yes.
All right.
Okay, let that marinate.
It's marinating. I'm going to write that on my mirror. Write that on my mirror to just let that sink in for the week.
Last question.
I think we have 2 more. At GST. Fred, what coverage is your favorite to run possibly when it's cover 3 and you are the deep middle?
Wow.
What?
What does that even mean?
I guess he's asking what my favorite coverage to run is. Which by the way, cover 3 um is a 4 under 3 deep concept coverage, and I would never be the deep middle third defender as a Mike linebacker. I think you're referring to cover 2, where they usually have the middle linebacker running the middle of the paint. But yeah, I guess my favorite coverage would be probably a cover 3 hook defender, or maybe a man coverage low plug, low hole defender. How does that sound? You know what that is? As you shouldn't. And then lastly, at Brenda Barrera 97, I think that's she's been here multiple times.
I love that.
Is there anything you wish you'd known before you both became parents?
No. I did so much research, mental talks. I mean, I did every class. I talked to every single person I knew that was a mother and how they were doing things that was a young mother and da 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 da. I was as prepared, I think, literally as you can be, because they always say you can never be prepared to have a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in my case, I was pretty prepared.
Pretty prepared?
Pretty prepared. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot of preparation that needs to be done.
Oh, what? There's so much preparation needs to be done. Are you nuts? That's all I did for 9 months was prepare. And that's why I feel like because I'm very like, if I'm not prepared for something, I'm literally not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to be uber prepared or I will like not do well.
Something I wish I knew before becoming a parent.
Like to make it easier? No, because I knew I did. Everything that I read and asked has all been true. And so then I did the things to make it easier myself that I learned.
Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate because like before you become a parent, you hear all these stories about like the no sleep thing. Like everybody makes a huge ordeal about that. And you're like, my thought process was like, why does it need to be that way? Why can't you just do it a certain way where it's more easier? And that's just what it is what I learned.
Mm-hmm.
Because the child needs
To eat.
to eat. You have to literally wake the child up.
To eat, yeah.
Let's just say
I just like want to cry thinking of those when he was such a.
let's just say, for example,
quesadilla.
your baby for whatever reason, even though it's probably would never happen, your baby decided, hey, it's a month, 2 months old, and it all of a sudden sleeps 10 hours.
Well, it's not going to be consistent.
Well, no, let's just say that happens.
Okay.
You're not even, or let's just say it's a month old.
They're not.
Let's say it's a month old and it sleeps 10 hours. You're not even allowed to let the baby sleep 10 hours.
Yeah, no.
Because you have to wake the baby up.
That would never happen.
It's just so silly to me.
Yeah.
And then the whole having to rock him back to sleep thing, like, oh my God.
Those were hard days.
The day he turned old enough where you could just plop him in there and then leave.
Plop is crazy.
Where you could just plop him
Place
in there.
him in there.
You just plop him in there and leave. And he knows how to do the rest.
Those are the hard days. Whenever, we've talked about this before. Whenever, I can't even like fully even still remember it.
Exactly, because after it's gone, it's gone.
But it haunted me whenever I knew it was coming. It would haunt me and give me this crippling anxiety because you have to, okay, all right, we're almost there asleep. And then he's asleep. And then it's like, are you going to stay asleep? Okay, he's staying asleep. And then you have to peel off.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's done. It's done. And what you thought you were about to get started all over from the top. Those are the hard ones. Yeah. I remember just waking. Oh my gosh. I remember, like you sleeping and I would get up and like it's like what, 3 or 4-ish is like when my shift was. You remember that?
Yeah.
And I would go in there and like sometimes you would wake us. I'd been there for an hour and then I'm coming out. I'm crying.
Yep.
You're coming out to help me. I'm getting back in bed, but I can't fall asleep because I'm like, oh my God. Oh gosh. Woo.
So like I said, basically the
Whew.
gist of all that is basically, hey, when they're old enough to
To independently sleep.
independently work themselves into sleep,
Yeah, it's incredible.
that's when the game changes.
Yeah. But it's also like that's work on me. Like we have to train him to be able to do that. And that was one of the biggest, best things you'll ever do is sleep train your babies. Because once you sleep train them and he knows, okay, this means I'm going to sleep and I'm in my crib and when she walks out, she's not coming back in until I go to sleep. Then they know it's time to take a nap or it's time to go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the best thing you can do for yourself and your child, really, because they need that sleep. It's like a pivotal time. They have to have a certain amount of hours to grow and be healthy and have
Mm-hmm.
energy and be hungry and all the things. And so